The research topic that I decided to dive into for this course is curation. And if you're not sure what curation is, it is the selection, organization, and collection of items of a similar topic. But the important part about curation in education is sharing why you curated those items and why they were important to you. And if you would like a little bit more information about curation, Jennifer Gonzalez from the Cult of Pedagogy put this really great blog out there about how curation can boost the higher order thinking and how we can implement it into our classroom. She has a good podcast, but also if you are into reading the blog instead, that is there as well. The site that I have decided best fit my needs for curation in my classroom is called Flipboard. You can just go to flipboard.com and you can create a sign-in, a login by clicking sign up. I have mine set up to be linked to my Google, so I can just click continue with Google to sign in. And once you create your login, it's going to ask you a few things about yourself. Specifically, it's going to ask you what your passions are, and what the passions are. They are categories of topics to dive into during your curation process. The ones that I have chosen are related to the subject that I teach and what I do, so business, technology, education, leadership. And you can always edit those and add more or delete them later on by clicking that edit favorites button, and then you can add more or remove them very easily. So it's not something that you are stuck to using the entire time. But for now, these passions fit my needs. And within each of these passions, I can click on each one and I can see articles. I can click to see articles related to that passion. So if I click on business, all of these articles would be related to business. And so what you do with these articles, you would obviously preferably read them, and you would choose ones that interest you for whatever reason, and you decide to curate it based on a topic. So let's say I have read this article about the top 5 states with the best economic outlooks, and I can do a couple different things from this point. So I can either like the article, or I can click flip, and I can either add it to an existing magazine that I have, and a magazine is just Flipboard's word for your curation collection, or I can click create a new magazine, and let's just say I'm going to call this one economics. And so then everything that I save in here would be related to econ. So then once I could write a comment on here if I wanted to, and then I would click flip, and it would be added into that magazine. So to access your magazines later, you can go up to profile, right up here in the upper corner, and then so right now I currently have 3 magazines going, and I can click on any of those and look at them later. So my plans for using this in the classroom would be mainly an outside of classroom time activity. Students would be given an assignment, and the assignment would be to curate an article once a week. And depending on the age group that I was teaching at the time, I would probably do it differently. Currently, I teach junior high technology skills. So I would have my students preferably looking in the technology category, hopefully finding new technology or just technology that interests them. So they would find an article, and then as a bell work assignment on Mondays, They could share with their group exactly why they chose that article or why it was meaningful to them, or why they decided to save it and why it was important. Again, that sharing process of the curation is very important whenever we're using it in education. And in addition to that, at the end of the quarter, I would do a project where the students could make a video or multimedia assignment of their favorite articles curated throughout the quarter. Just their top articles. Obviously, throughout the weeks, they should be picking articles that they enjoy, but I'm sure that they would have a top 5 that are the best articles to them, and that they would really like to highlight for the rest of the class. So as an example, I have created this multimedia presentation of some articles that I would have hypothetically chosen throughout the quarter, and then I put it into a video. And so I will play that for you now. So that would be an example of something that a student could submit. But I would like it to be a little bit more free in their choices. If they would like to do an infographic or something and just display, that could be an option as well. My idea for this is that it would be started at the beginning of the school year, and it would just be something that is continued weekly throughout the school year. And again, just really starting some good conversation between students, and then hopefully finding some really interesting articles that touch them and that they really want to curate and save and that they find very interesting. Thank you very much.